Hi friend, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Danielle Torrez, and today I'm going to take you into the exciting world of building your personal brand online using YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn to make your mark in 2024. Now for some of you, you only want to use one of those channels. For some of you, you're like, what about TikTok? What about Twitter? What about everything else? But today, I'm going to show you why using one or just a few online channels can absolutely catapult your presence online and tell the world who you really are. A personal brand isn't just for celebrities and influencers. It's not like it was in 2012 where you have to have the perfect lifestyle brand and the perfect plant and the perfect whatever. That is not what people are looking for anymore. Today, people are looking for authenticity. They're looking for story. They're looking for you. Whoever you are authentically, that is what you need to put online. Now, a lot of us here, if you're going to go online, you have to have a niche. You have to know exactly who your target audience is and what you're reaching and that little subset of the market that you can provide value to. So some of you may have watched this video, but if you have not, please go and watch my video on what is the #1 most important thing in marketing. And that's really going to help you walk through finding your target audience, your niche, all of that. But I would like to submit that your niche is you. Your niche is the things that you are interested in. It's what you watch on YouTube. It's who you interact with on Instagram, and it's who you like to network with on LinkedIn. That is what makes you special. That is what makes you unique. And those are the things that you want to deliver to the market. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to do this and why it's so important, but also I'm going to delve into some of the issues that can happen when you don't build your personal brand on these online digital channels, okay? So here we go. First off, let's define the personal brand. So a personal brand is actually what people think of when they think of you. So for me, some people think of me and they think of, the girl that always has different colored hair, whether it's in braids or it's a fro or whatever. Think of me, they may think of, the person that kind of talks like I'm bossing everyone around. I don't mean to do it. I just kind of that's just the way I've always been. So I utilize that online to show people the authority or the thought leadership that I have. So think about you. What are the various things that you're interested in? How do you talk? Like, are you super casual? Are you very professional? Are you stoic? Are you fun and vivacious and exciting? Whatever your personality is, that should be reflected in your personal brand. You never want to come across in a way that works for someone else just because you think that's what people want from you. Because what will happen is you'll find yourself having to do so much work just to want to create a video, just to create a social media post. And that's not what it's all about. It's really all about showing up authentically as you in every video, every post you make, making it more and more and more authentic to you, not more and more and more authentic to what you've seen that you liked before. In today's digital age, having and building a personal brand online can open doors for you that you can't even imagine. I was once watching an interview on Diary of the CEO with Bazama St. John, and she was talking about how she's been able to so quickly grow in the corporate world, getting huge jobs from Netflix to Apple to Uber. I mean, you name it, she's worked for all of these gigantic corporations. And when she was asked, like, what did you do to get that kind of notoriety? And she said, I always remembered to build my personal brand. So as she's building Netflix, she's building Bazama St. John. And because of that, when it's time for her to make a move or make a leap, she's so well known that she really has the pick of the litter in terms of job opportunities. If you are on the fence about whether or not it's important to build a personal brand, please remember that the people that may not be as good as you, they may not have as much knowledge as you, they're building a personal brand online, they're going to beat you out every single time. The person that wins the contract, the person that wins the business, the person that wins the job is the one that's known in the market. Whether you're trying to build a business, get a high-paying job, or even get a date, people are going to look at your online profile to see and try to figure out who you are. It's just human nature here in 2024. That's what people are going to do automatically. So you might as well craft the story for them. Don't let people try to figure it out. Tell them who you are. I have a woman that I know. I met her in 2008. She helped me as a speaker to really craft my story, the climax of my story, the ups and downs, the cadence, and figure out what it is that my audience needed to know about me. A year ago, she popped back into my LinkedIn feed, and she did this whole post about how she was about to be consistent. She was starting a new coaching company, and she had a lot of value that she wanted to deliver to the market, so she was going to be posting. So I tuned in. Okay, great. She says she's going to be consistent. Let's see what's going on. This year, when I needed to find a speaker coach for one of my clients, guess who I called? It wasn't someone that I just Googled. It was the person on LinkedIn that I'd known from way long ago who said she was being consistent and was consistent. She actually built her thought leadership. She built her profile online, and I was following along. So when I needed what she offered, I didn't hesitate to reach out. I knew she was trustworthy because that's what she was putting online. So that's something you can also do. And on the flip side, if you're not doing that, guess who's winning the business? Nobody can hire you if they haven't heard of you. Nobody can interact with your business if they haven't heard of your business. Alex Hormozy once said, fame is the biggest cheat code. And it's true. When people know about you, even if you aren't giving the best product, they know about it. So when they're thinking about who do I hire for this, who do I bring on, who can help me, who can serve my company best, if they know about you, they're gonna think about you. Now, of course, you want to deliver quality content, but the most important thing we're talking about today is just getting out there. It's just starting. It's just building. So I'm going to talk to you about how to do that on YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and why you would choose these 3 platforms above some of the other ones. YouTube is really the best place for your personality to shine through. And if you're shy and you don't want to do this kind of engaging content, that's okay. We have other platforms for you. Instagram might be your best friend. Here are some of the reasons I love Instagram for extroverts or for introverts. Instagram, you really have your choice. Are you a photos kind of guy or girl, or are you more like little reels, short form videos, or do you just like to post quotes? Instagram gives so many options, but the thing that I would recommend for Instagram is I do recommend being a little bit more niche specific. So that means, let's say you want to talk about building a personal brand. On Instagram, I would really focus in on building a personal brand, and even building a personal brand on Instagram. Like, you want to narrow it in because people on Instagram want to buy. They want to buy in to your videos and to your photos, and they want to see it one after the other. So very consistent, regular posting on Instagram is important. Please don't believe the lie that you have to post every day. That is not true. You do not have to post every day on Instagram in order to be seen. But what you do want to do is you want to leave really engaging comments on other people's pages and leave them a follow. If they utilize the same hashtags you like to utilize, if they're interested in the same things, talk to them, send them a DM, and really let people know that you're enjoying their content, that you're not trying to sell to them, that you just want to interact and that you gave them a follow. That is a really great way to build your community on Instagram. Now, when it comes to posts, I would say, yes, a mixture of reels, a mixture of photos, all of that. But if you are one or the other, just post one or the other. You don't even have to mix it up. Instagram doesn't have to be as complicated as some gurus would like to make it out to be, okay? One thing I would say about Instagram is don't just live on stories. You want to populate the timeline. So your stories are a great place for people that are highly engaged with you. They watch your stories every day. It's like, you're just talking directly to them. But your timeline is how you actually grow your channel. So whatever is on your timeline, you want it to be more specific. You want it to be catered to that audience that you're trying to reach. You want it to be, like I said before, authentic, but you want it to be consistent and regular. Stories, talk about your kids, talk about your day, talk about whatever it is that you want to. It doesn't have to be as specific to your niche if it's in stories. Okay, let's talk about LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I am seeing on the rise. I am seeing people bringing value to their LinkedIn profiles like never before, be it through carousel posts, be it through long form posts, be it through polls. People are really using LinkedIn to build their expertise. Okay, they now have LinkedIn creators, so you can be one of those people. Now, full disclosure, I am not one of those people, and I have been meaning to start posting more about marketing, more about entrepreneurship, and I haven't gotten there yet, and that is okay. It's not my platform of choice, but it is a very important platform, especially for business owners or for people who are thinking of making a job switch in the next 6 to 12 months. If that's you, you want to start building up your platform now. What you do not want to do is get to a place where you have the green open to work and something has happened with your job and now you're trying to build a presence on LinkedIn to be noticed. That is just not the way to go. You want to be proactive, whatever your specialty is, no matter who you're working for or what you're doing, you want to be known as the expert. And so I would encourage you to get on LinkedIn, look at some of the people on your timeline, look for what they're doing that you really admire. Make sure to leave a comment, make sure to leave them a like. These things go a long way. On the LinkedIn algorithm, if LinkedIn sees that you are interacting with people and leaving comments and really providing support, when you make a post, LinkedIn actually shows it to more people. True story. So you want to be active on LinkedIn. Also, LinkedIn has recently removed inactive people. So if you haven't logged into your LinkedIn in, a decade, now's probably the time to refresh that LinkedIn, dust it right on off, and get back on the LinkedIn horse. Even if you don't want to post there, it is good to start building networks and connections and doing that so that when you have something to sell, you're not just spamming a bunch of people and trying to connect and then saying, hey, I have something to offer you in my business. I get about 1 million of those every day, and it's so frustrating because you're like, I've never even talked to you before. Like, can I get a hello? Can I get a like on one of my posts? Like, can we talk? Can we know each other? I don't even know what business you work for and you're already selling me something. Please don't be that person. Please don't be that person. Be the person who networks authentically and provides their own valuable thought leadership so that people know what they're following you for. The final thing I'll say about LinkedIn is you want to make sure to keep your own profile updated. You want to make sure that you have, you're sharing things like articles, you're sharing relevant information for your industry, you're sharing other things, other people's posts, anything that makes you look like an expert and a thought leader. Okay, so you may say, well, I just have a job and I'm not like the top of my, I'm not like, an executive level. I'm not a C-suite person. What do I know? Listen, you know a lot. You may have C-suite executives right now at your company that do not understand your job like you do. They don't understand your specialty, what you bring to the table like you do. And that is where you can really help people that may be above your, you in the work hierarchy or below you. It doesn't matter. But the value that you have is real. I know that because someone pays you. And if somebody gives you a check, they give you a check because you provide some sort of wonderful service to the world. Now, you want a bigger check, you provide more service and more value to the world. And really the way to do that is just to get started right where you are. So I want to encourage you guys. That's all I have for today on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. Please make sure to check out my video. What is the number one most important thing in marketing? I'm going to link it right over here. And don't skip this step. Watch that video. Be sure to do the things that I say in that video, because it's going to help you as you build your personal brand online to talk to exactly the right person that needs what you have to offer. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.